I have YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Any last words?
I don't even know at this point.
Hope this goes well.
If you've already presented, you have to send me your presentation in order to get a grade for it.
Any words of encouragement?
My presentation is for assignment 3 of product placement and layouts. So yeah, there's a lot of cool, interesting stuff that I looked up and researched along the way. So yeah, so just hold your horses. Sorry about that. Yeah, so let's just go in. Okay. So establish your brand, which is determine your target audience, which is value, design, trust, identity, advertising, marketing, logo, and strategy. And brain versus heart. You got to have the heart and soul to do something like this. And position your product and business, which is the second one. Define your company's personality. Choose a logo and a slogan. Okay, so an example, I chose an example of a specific type of person that you might have heard of, and I've already talked about him in a couple of assignments. So it's MrBeast, and his name is Jimmy Donaldson. He went from a regular content creator to a millionaire. And some interesting stuff is constructed categories. Like he does like some sort of things that work, like pranks, drama, reaction, challenges, money related, and feature other creators and stuff like that. The second one is titles. His titles are short and snappy. His titles capture what the people want to see and stuff like that. Just like when you see a local poster or see something in the news or something like that. So the other one is amateur by design, make thumbnails to suit your audience, like something cool and something creative. I use Adobe Premiere Pro for something that captures people and get them hooked onto watching the videos. So the watch time, the intro hook has to be a perfect length. Your retention tactics, and also the growth stage, which is what you've learned from the past, and you try and make it better, and you try to grow as time goes on. So, okay. The other one is growing is the focus. I think I already mentioned that. So here's like a brief example. Yeah, so here's like an example of one of these videos, clips. So.
I wanted to open a free bank, so I did what any logical person does. I rented a real bank, grabbed a ton of money, hired all my friends as tellers, and then bought a billboard and paid Chandler to flip the sign. And here's what happened. I asked the bank for $1 billion, and they said no. What? So I made a graph. Says we made a graph. And regardless, we're opening a free bank to put them out of business. Yeah. Go give away money. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Yeah, I also made a graph as well. I'm going to show it to you guys very soon about something about the location and partnerships. I believe I'm going to show that later. So this is just like a brief example of a hooked to get the audience hooked into watching and keep watching the videos, short and snappy and stuff. So example of growing. What he does is that he did merch. He also does signing stuff. Who is this guy? I don't even know this guy. He also does fundraisers like plant 20 million trees, saves the ocean. And if you guys don't know who that is, that's Roger something, I forgot. He also does science stuff, and he's also a content creator. So MrBeast Burger. He also does candy bars, which I already have right here. I don't really eat chocolate, but yeah, just thought you guys were kind of interested. So salary so now I'm done with MrBeast. So with salary, so for the product placement salaries, the average is 42,000, and then all the way down is Marshall placement specialist salaries, which is 80,000. So, and then the other one is the average layout for the designer, 100-year salary. But we are somewhere like around here. So, but for most people, I think California has the highest one. They usually have this, and we're usually like around here. So, I'm gonna try and share with you guys, I don't know if I can, the graph that I created using Flourish. You know what? I created a graph a few days ago about Nassau and Riverhead and I think Los Angeles and Wyoming, Jackson, Wyoming, because Jackson, Wyoming is the lowest one because it's a very light coloration, so they don't get as much salary. So they're probably like around here. So yeah, and this is where I got my information. Marketing. So marketing, your product placement is a form of advertising in which branded goods and services are featured in a production that targets a large audience. In exchange for product placement rights, companies may pay a production company or studio in cash, goods, or services. So yeah, product price, place, promotion. So for the marketing, the layout refers to the format of a visual communication. For an example, a magazine advertisement or a website that indicates where the component parts, the artwork, body, copy, the headline, subhead, trademark, and other graphic elements that are to be placed. So the economic. So the economic is that the product placement economic research has shown that the product placements can rise brand awareness by 20%, resulting in a greater recall rate, more positive attitudes, and a stronger intention of buying. So, and for the layouts, it addresses how people perceive and use their environment, people care about, the look, feel, the livability of their communities, and urban design tools are a planner's most effective tools to address this need. So social, giving exposure to your products by means of including them in a lifestyle shoot shots in which the product isn't necessary, the key focus of the image, and the planning, development, and the creation of visual content on the media platforms, which is by the following, like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, yada yada yada. You get the big deal because we all use phones, so we're no strangers to that. So, the ethical standards of fairness, honesty, and loyalty, which people want to see for an employee, is to serve guide the client relationship as in any personal or business dealing. So products placement is not a very ethical way of advertising. These are like their sense. If the product doesn't fit to the context or it is forced to the viewer, in the worst case scenario, it would be so-called false advertising, which most people have seen, which is an effort inside a TV show, but the consumer might not realize it. Which is, yeah, something like this. Like with Britney Spears, like with Gibson when he showed us the one with Wayne's World when Mike Myers was drinking like Pepsi. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't drink Pepsi as much. Oh, oops.
I think for $2 million that she got paid for drinking that Pepsi, she could drink the Pepsi.
Yeah, so directional and creativity. So something to keep in mind is that when it comes to creativity, you should have, I forgot to write some definitions. Emphasis, balance and alignment, contrast, which is this, and repetition, proportion, movement, white space, like background, and how to use the principles of design. So I found it on this website. So yeah, it's orange. Okay, so I think that's it. Yep, the end.
Thank you.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you, everybody.
Did you like it?
It was good. It's great.
Okay,
Uh,
you don't need to get the reaction, but yeah.
Nah, you
What?
need to get
Where's
manager.
the-
Lunch ups for your presentation. So you're gonna
I
do
use it for
manager,
sketch.
why are you still recording me?
Thank you, everyone.
I better see this on YouTube.
What?